After the long digression criticizing the church and the clergymen by Saint Peter, the poem proceeds to the pastoral elegy in the form of the flower passage in the next stanza. The poet asks Alpheus, the river god in Arcadia, here symbolizing pastoral poetry, to come back from that dread voice that we heard just now. The poet makes an apostrophe to the Sicilian muse. Sicilian muse here stands for Theocritus, the Greek poet from Sicily, who is the founder of pastoral poetry, to return from that dread voice and proceed to call the valleys and ask them to cast their flowers of different colors in respect and homage to the dead friend Lycidas. The poet makes an apostrophe to the low valleys, which is rich with wanton winds and gushing brooks, on whose fresh lap Sirius, the canine star that was believed to have burnt the fields dark, where that star sparely looks, or on whose fresh lap the canine star does not look, so it is usually a very bright field. So, all the valleys, please look at the green turf where the dewdrops and the rainwater sucks the nectar of the vernal flowers. And he asks all the valleys to bring all the beautiful flowers of different colors, like the primrose, the tufted crowtow, the pale jessamine, the white pink, the pansy, the violet, the musk rose, the woodbine, cowslips, every flower that wears a sad embroidery. Let all the flowers bloom, but their colors symbolize that they are wearing a sad wardrobe. The sad embroidery here symbolizes the mourning over the loss of Lycidas. Again, more flowers are mentioned here. Amaranthus, the imaginary flower that is supposed to be everlasting, amaranthus, and daffodils, all of which have shed their beauty and filled their cups with tears, mourning for the loss of Lycidas, and here adorning the funeral bier of Lycidas. Now, after a mention or listing of all these flowers, so this flower passage is a convention of pastoral elegy. After this, the poet makes a sigh and says that at least this would ease our hearts from the burden of mourning, the worry and sorrow that Lycidas's death has induced in us, so as to ease our frail and weak thoughts, to engage our thoughts with false fancies. He wishes that this gesture of adorning, imagining the flowers to be adorning the funeral bier of Lycidas, would slightly console our sorrowed hearts. And then he imagines how sad it is to think of the body of Lycidas being washed away beyond the stormy Hebrides. Hebrides symbolizes Scotland here. And whether Lycidas, under the tides of the ocean, is or under the realm of the sea monsters, he is going away to the other world, followed by the tearful prayers of his dear friends, including the poet and the whole of nature. Now, as the stanza ends, here is the reference to a guarded mount, the Mount of Saint Michael, the patron saint of England, who is believed to protect England from the foreign attacks, especially from Spain. So the poet asks the angel Saint Michael, who is believed to look towards the Spanish regions of Namancos and Bayonas. Saint Michael, please look homeward now because somebody is passing away, somebody is being given goodbye. So melt with kindness. And O dolphins, again another apostrophe, O dolphins, send the hapless youth peacefully, because dolphins are uh, considered to be good omens to sailors. Here the invocation to dolphins is made. So in this whole flower passage, we can see that the poet is invoking all of nature's bright wardrobe to come together to bid farewell to his beloved friend Lycidas, and also invokes Saint Michael also to melt with kindness and to bid him farewell, along with the dolphins to bid adieu to the departed friend.